Hello, hello. Welcome to the Fairy Coach Tarot channel. My name is Raquel, and today is Tuesday, so we have our love and relationships reading. It is a video where you pick a deck or a fairy that resonates with you, and we get message from Spirit about love life and how things are going. All right, so let's begin by settling down, grounding, and centering. We do that rolling our shoulders back, relaxing the jaw, and taking a deep breath together to connect through the breath. So let's inhale through the nose gently. Now hold it at the top, couple of seconds, and exhale softly, making that exhale longer and releasing through the mouth as if you were blowing a birthday candle. All right. So, what deck is calling you, or what fairy is resonating with your soul at this time? Okay. Pick without thinking. Ready? Okay. For those of you who have picked the pink fairy, let's get started. We begin by setting an intention with the cards, all right, that we want to see the main energies around our love life at this time. We also want to take a look at what needs to be released, right? And what we need to focus on. Okay, so again, main energies, what needs to be released, and what we need to focus on. All right, and then we say a little prayer always for this to be for the highest good in love and light. All right, so, all right, we have three cards that come out for the main energy. And now let's look at the obstacles, or not the obstacles, but what needs to be released. Okay, what we need to let go of. And the message comes from two cards for what we need to release or let go of. And what we need to focus on also comes from two cards. So let's get started here. Let's put them in order as they came out. So this was the first one, that it is we have the Chariot in regular tarot. Then we have the Knight of Wands, and finally the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, perfect. All right, so the main energies around what Spirit is telling you, right? So, right now is an energy of movement. You know, we have the Chariot, we also have a Knight. So, it's an energy that says things moving forward. So, of advancement, right? So, how would we say this in if you are already in a relationship? So the relationship is moving forward. So they are positive cards. There is the opportunity for that movement, right? Now, remember, the tarot is not set on stone. The future, there is not one future. So that's why the way I read tarot is with advice from the spirit. What are the guidance that spirits are giving us right now? Because the biggest gift the divine source has given you is the gift of choice. And that's where free will comes in, right? So that is the messages from Spirit. So, what are the messages from Spirit saying about the energy right now in either your relationship or your love life? All right. And it says there is an energy of movement forward, and of success, right? Because the chariot is all about success, right? So we have the chariot, we have the knight, and then we actually have two knights. So we have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So it's all about success. So if you are in a relationship, this is saying the relationship has the opportunity to grow and to go to deeper depth, right? To grow, you are going to grow in your partnership. The relationship is going to move forward in ways that the growth is going to be both for good for the both of you, and it just seems that it's a relationship that's going to the next level, right? So this is what the main energy is. Now, how would we read this if you are not in a relationship right now? Right. So if you are not in a relationship right now, what Spirit's saying is, okay, whatever your intention is, right, at this moment. So if your intention is to be in a relationship, the energies of success are there, right? It is all about taking steps forward towards what you want. So whatever it is that you're setting your intention, it's going to be successful. If in a relationship, the relationship is going to grow. If not in a relationship, but you want to be in a relationship, this is the right moment. There is a lot of movement moving forward and pushing whatever intention you are setting. Remember, setting an intention when talking about energy is what makes things move. So the first thing you need to do right now with this energy forecast towards your love life is set an intention of what you want to succeed. There is a lot of movement with two knights, right? One is fire element ones, the other one is earth element, right? That it is pentacles, and then we have the chariot. So the advice here is set an intention for what you want at this time about your love life, right? And that intention is the fire in you, right? It's an intention made from the deep core of you, what you really want. Connect with that, right? Because that is gonna have a movement of growth and manifestation that is pentacles. All right. So now, what needs to be released and what's the advice for what needs to be released? And we have a seven, right, of pentacles. And we have 15, 18, we have the moon. All right. So one needs to be released at this time. So the need of we would say, of always being on the defensive, right? If you find yourself always trying to defend your point, being on the defensive, taking any comment, any suggestion, and saying, but, and being defensive about it, that's something that Spirit suggests that it is to be released, right? And also releasing the moon right now, what it's telling me is at this point, together with these seven, saying the moon is saying, always trying to look for, or either looking for lies or for deception or not believing the other person. So if you are in a relationship right now, what the advice here is release being always defensive or looking for deception and lies right now. Right now is not a time to be looking for these things. It is because it is creating obstacles in the relationship. If you are not in a relationship, it's more or less the same advice. It is try not to be so defensive, right? If with others that you may be interested in being in a relationship, or even the way the spirit communicates through messages, right? That through different messages and signs that you get throughout the day. And those that are your spirit guides, your guardian angels, right? Your nature spirits that take care of you. Whatever spirit team you have, communicate the messages from the divine with different signs and messages that you may hear in a song or on TV or talking with somebody and that resonate with your soul. So right now he's saying don't be so defensive and try to look for deception, for lies, or try to say no, that's not true. Kind of like fighting messages in your head, right? Also, so again, this is what needs to be released. Now, let's look at what we should be focusing on if you picked the pink fairy in this deck. So, what to focus on, and we have the Six of Swords. And we have another seven, but this time is the Seven of Swords. So this is swords. This is the air element, right? So air element, thoughts, communication, challenges that mostly have to do with thoughts and communication most of the time. But here is what to focus on. And this is saying focus on moving away from problems, right? From moving away from things that cause misalignment at this time. And also, this Seven of Swords is kind of repeating the same, right? This is a time to move away from anything that has been an argument that has drained you, or anything that creates pain. It's time to move away from it. Focus on moving to the next chapter. And the Seven of Swords says that, even if you're moving away, remember not to hold the grudge. Sometimes we hold the grudge. If you are in a relationship, or you've been in a relationship for a long time, you know that sometimes there are petty arguments or things that hurt us, right? And we try to move away from it and say, okay, we forgive, we want the relationship to continue. But something inside of us holds that little grudge, right? And what this card is saying, the seven, is do not hold the grudge right now. What to focus on is about moving away from old arguments. In old pain or challenges, move away from that and do not even hold the grudge. That's what the focus on. Now, if you are not in a relationship, so it has not been an argument or anything like this, what is the messages of these cards on what to focus on? Again, focus on, moving towards things that have caused pain, that have been, either arguments that even if you're not in a relationship, that you've been keeping inside, things that have been said to you, right? Do not hold grudges. It's all about moving forward towards the future without resentment from the past. So here, I do want to advise something. If there is something that you're trying to release, and you see that there is a resentment, the best way to move past it is to heal from that wound, right? But it starts with validating and understanding that what you felt is valid, is there for a reason, but there is a wound that may need to be healed. But moving away from that without resentment is what the tarot and the spirit is advising for you at this time. All right, I hope you liked your reading. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. This helps me grow and bring more videos and messages. I'm also open to suggestions of videos that you would like to see. And please leave the comments below, or just send me a message, a direct message, an email, and you can ask for more information about my services, and we can actually make an appointment to look at your specific situation right now, because this is a collective reading. I offer live online sessions that can be done either by video call or by phone. And I also offer pre-recorded readings of a reading that gets delivered right to you based on your particular situation, that you can listen to and watch over and over. All right. Okay, so let's go for those of you who have picked the blue fairy. Let's see what the message is for you. Okay, we have this beautiful blue fairy. And again, today is all about love, life, and relationships. And let's set an intention. And we set our intention that what we want is a reading towards love and relationships right now. We're going to look at the main energies around our love life, what needs to be released, and what we should focus on. And our prayer of sending love and life and asking for this to be for the highest good. Okay, let's see what, ooh, main energies. What needs to be released. And here, oh, here we got two, yeah. Oh, actually we got more, so let's do it in. All right. Whatever wants to come out, I allow it to come out. Yeah, here, one on one. All right. All right, let's begin by what's the main energies around your love life right now. And it comes from the Three of Cups. Again, a lot of movement forward of grow and construction. So, what is the Three of Cups saying? And Cups is the water element. So, this is all about emotions. So, yes, an energy of growth, right? Of like constructing something valuable, right? So, what the main energy around you, if you are in a relationship right now, is that you two can construct something important, right? That it is the, rooted in deep emotion. So that would be love. So that's the main energy and the advice the Spirit gives us. That is that opportunity for this to for cooperation and constructing something between the two of you, that it is deep and important. If you are not in a relationship, the energy is saying there is that opportunity to build a very meaningful relationship at this time. So if you are right there, kind of seeing somebody, or there is somebody in your mind that this resonates with, the two of you can construct something very meaningful. All right. So this is the message from Spirit. Again, as I said in before, the biggest gift of the divine source is choice and free will. So spirits bring messages, right, of what energies are around us. Now, our choices are still there. So there are many futures possibles, right? It all depends on your choice and your actions as well as another person. But Spirit is saying right now the energies of something very meaningful that can grow, that can be constructed and created between the two of you is there. And if you're not in a relationship with somebody that is either in your mind or with somebody you can meet. So the main energy is there. Now, what to release? And we have 20, the Ouroboros here, right? So what is this card telling us right now? The past needs to be released, right? Things from the past that are holding you back. This is the main energy of this card right now, right? It's the past, things from the past need to be released. And that doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or you're not in a relationship. So the exercise here would be, and you can journal about this, because journaling gets our juices going, our intuitive juices going as well. So if you cannot think of anything from the past, start journaling about this. What from the past has caused me pain? What from the past has caused me a limiting belief about my love life or my relationship? And this will give you the answer of what needs to be released. So it is something from your past that is blocking the flow of growth in the present and towards the future, right? So best exercise to do is to journal at this time, go deep within yourself and say what it is from my past right now that is creating an obstacle for me to move forward. And that can be from relationships that have gone wrong, from something that happened in childhood, or even limiting beliefs that were put there by things that impacted you growing up or in the past few years. So something from the past is what needs to be released. Now, let's put them these in order as they came out. And this is what to focus on. And we start by the sorcerer. Wow, 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 right? And the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Okay. So, what is this telling us that needs to be released right now? I mean, not to be released, that you need to focus on, right? And to focus on at this point is to focus on a healthy attachment. So, if you are in a relationship, focus on creating the type of attachment to this person or the type of relationship that is healthy, that is not a relationship based on dependence, but it is a healthy partnership where it is a balanced partnership, that what you two bring to each other is the is the best for each other, right? Is always thinking not in a selfish way. Sometimes when we're in a relationship is, oh, what do I want, what do I need? And yes, your needs are important in a relationship, but when we love, it's about giving to the other person. So both of you creating that type of relationship, that it is healthy, that it is wishing the best for the other person, but also think about, is this person wishing the best for me? But it is a healthy attachment. And the Nine of Wands says, right now, focus on the goal. So it's the energy of nines and ones that it's fire. Focus on that, where you want the relationship to go, or where you are headed towards your love life, what it is that you want. So focus on that, focus on creating healthy attachments if you are in a relationship, or if you're not, what you're looking for, and the goal, right? So again, it's reminding you, in other words, of releasing the past. So the nine is pointing, the Nine of Wands, of the future. And with the card that we had about the past, is about not keeping the past alive in our minds or our hearts. Is about moving forward. And the Ten of Cups, again, is saying, and this is kind of, I don't want to say prediction, but this is kind of saying, if you do this, that's what you're going. So the Ten of Cups is a very positive card for relationships and overall, because it's that culmination, that success, that complete success when it comes to emotional stability, love, and partnership. So let's read them together to recap. What to focus on based on the message from Spirit and the Tarot. Creating a healthy attachment, making sure you wish the best to the other person and not being selfish about our needs. And the Nine of Wands saying, focus also towards the future. And here we had released the past, so focus towards the future. And what this will create is the perfect circumstances for the type of relationship that you want. So the Ten of Cups, success, culmination, stability. All right. So very positive cards, right? And the main energy that is saying, that is that creative, constructive energy around, that tells you what a wonderful relationship you can build. So again, I hope you really enjoyed your reading. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Know that this way my channel grows and I can put more videos out for you. And also that I have private sessions that I do over the phone or via video chat, video call, that we can look at your specific situation, and also pre-recorded readings. All right. And also follow me for daily shorts every day. Now, let's look at those of you who have picked the yellow fairy. All right. For those of you who have picked the yellow fairy in this beautiful deck, we are going to set the intention. This is a reading towards our love and relationship life. We want to see the main energies, what needs to be released, and what do we need to focus on. All right. Oh, and the prayer. And in love and light for the best and the good of all. Okay. And main energies. What needs to be released? Oh, and here we're talking a lot. I can feel it. Yes. And what to focus on. Alrighty. So, main energies right now. We do have, all right, so the Six of Swords and, all right, and the Star. Six of Swords and the Star. Okay, so what is this saying to us at this moment? All right, so there is an energy around you, also of movement, but this time is that there are some things around that have been challenges, all right? Challenges around your love life that are still around. They are blocking energy around growth at this time, but it seems that they are passing. So there have been some challenges blocking your love life or your relationship, but they are in the passing phase, right? So there has been something that may have felt stagnant, that either your relationship was not growing, was not going anywhere, or there have been too many arguments, or if you're not in a relationship, that nothing was happening. But the six is saying, you know what, this is passing. So slowly but surely. So it tells you, the stars tells you, it is about hope and faith at this time, right? Connecting to your spiritual aspect. So the advice here is, do not lose hope. Do have faith that things are changing. Slowly but surely, things are passing. So if you are in a relationship that has not been going well lately, know that that energy is moving forward, but slowly. It feels slowly. And if you're not in a relationship and you feel, hey, things are not moving how I want, that energy is also passing. But the advice here is keep hope and faith, because there is something very interesting about hope and faith and connecting spiritually. So no matter what religious path you follow, what your spiritual beliefs are, when we pray, when we put faith, when we have ask for help to all the helpers we have around us, we have that hope. All that sends an energy forward that creates change and positivity. So this is what it's saying. Yes, things may not have been exactly how you wanted, but it's an energy that it's passing. Keep hope and faith with you and connect spiritually to your spirit team, to your guardian angel, to your faith or a spiritual path at this time. What needs to be released? So here, what we need to release is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is a very positive card, right? But in this position of what needs to be released, what is that this nine is saying is release the expectation of things to be perfect. Release the expectation of things to be perfect. Our relationship is a living, moving dynamic, right? So when if a relationship starts well, or it's in a point in our life where things are going well, just expecting that to be the norm all the time will create immense frustration, because a relationship is kind of a living organism in itself. Things change, each person changes, situations and the outside influence what's how the relationship's going. So that's why experts say relationships are things that you have to keep working on, right? That we need to nurture all the time, and we need to nurture our relationship because change is always around it. So here, what needs to be released? Release the expectation of things to be perfect. And even if you're not in a relationship right now, it's about releasing that a relationship needs to be a certain way. The only good thing that we need to expect or we need to work towards is for a relationship to be healthy, right? For having a partner that we can build a common future, or do life together in a healthy manner. But besides this, the expectations of things being perfect need to be released, or what we think is perfection. That's another question. So here I would also recommend journaling, or really meditating and taking a deep look of, like, what are my expectations of a perfect relationship, right? Or how do I define a perfect relationship? So meditate or journal about this and release those expectations. Now, what to focus on? And we got, okay, the King of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. So a lot of pentacles. Okay, so let's begin of what to focus on. And we have the King of Swords. What to focus on would be, this king is the biggest source of knowing how to manage your thoughts, your intellect, how to manage being practical, right? So this is what this king is advising you. Okay, what to focus on? Focus on the thoughts that you have. Focus on being practical at this time, being logic, not getting lost in emotions. This is not what this king is about. This king is about being practical, being logic, managing your thoughts, your communication in a very elegant, assertive style, right? And what does the Two of Pentacles bring? So the Two of Pentacles say there may be choices that need to be made, right? So here is how it goes together with this. So there are going to be some choices around you, or things that need to be balanced at this time. So try not to make the decision with your emotional side, but make the decision with your intellectual side, with that side that is practical, is logical, pauses, detaches from outcome, that is very, very practical, kind of like a cold thinker, right? And here we have kind of like the image of Sherlock Holmes, and it would be kind of like this, an observer, that it's logic, that it's practical, and make the choices coming up. Focus on making choices and balancing things from that perspective, that of practicality and logic. And what does the Seven of Pentacles add to this? So this is a way that you're going to see things growing in the right direction, right? Things are going to grow in the right direction, and you're going to see kind of like the fruits of your labor, kind of say, because you are going to make choices or balance things around from the perspective of logic, practicality, and thinking things through very well. All right. So, very positive cards too. in a way, I know it tells you about hope here and that things may have not been well, but everything's moving. And I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, give me suggestions of things that you would like to see in this channel as well. I have daily shorts that tell you about what is the guidance from spirits daily and the tarot, and also different weekly videos where we look at the main energies of the week on Sundays. On Mondays, we are now doing career and work life. Tuesday, we do love. Our love and relationships. Wednesday, we're starting a new series about Oracle. So, what does the Oracle say, right? That we are not going to do tarot, but we're going to do Oracle. And on Thursday, we do energy healing with the tarot. And Friday, we get the messages for the weekend. So remember to like, subscribe, and get those notifications. And also, just a reminder that I offer private online sessions, tarot sessions that can be done from anywhere in the world, and we can do them either via video call or phone call. And also, there is the option of pre recorded readings. Those pre recorded readings can be audio only or video, and it gets sent directly to your email, so you keep them for as long as you want. You can keep listening to them or watching them, and all that is a personal reading. So you sent me what you want to know and what's going on, as much or as little as you want, and we get those messages from spirit with the tarot. All right, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye. Brightest blessings.